Well, welcome to the finish of the Albar Kams Junior Stages 2014, and now I'm here with the podium trio, 1, 2 and 3. So we had a fantastic day. It started a bit damp, but it dried out as the day went on, produced all sorts of tactics and challenges. So third today, Michael Robertson in the IGO. So how did your day go, Michael?
I really felt that it was like, just trying to keep it smooth all day. We had a wee hiccup by clipping a tyre just after lunch, but apart from that, we kept it on the track and, had a clean run all day with no problems.
And you've been to Kams a few times, so that was the second time you've been with the IGO, yes. So how was Kams today?
Well, it was a wee bit damp in the morning, but I was expecting it to be a lot more slippy, but there was from stage one there was a lot of grip out there, so it was just about trying to get the most out of the car, really. We just put the pressures up after lunch as well, and with the suspension wise tweaking about, stiffening it up once it dried out. So no, it's been good. It's been really good.
Excellent. So this is the third round of the season, and how are you looking towards the next round?
Yeah, well, Ecosse is a completely different ball game to anything the juniors do. So last year was a bit of a panic, with Gavin calling in the seat, co-driver, because Phil couldn't make it. So at times we were losing notes there. So hopefully it's a better run this year. But it's just about getting familiarising yourself with the notes and everything. So just completely different ball game. So just need to wait and see.
Well, thank you, Michael. Having completed the day, we thought when we heard you hitting these tyres that it was going to be more serious, but we're glad that you're not. And an excellent drive today into third place. So if you can hand over to Dylan, turn the camera around, zoom it in. There we are. And in second place today, again, was Dylan. So I'll ask you the same question as John Fife asked you before. Why did you not win today?
Just testing the car, New car, first time out, innit?
But that's no excuse. Last time it was the car.
But that was a micro Digby.
So tell us the story. Why did you appear in a different car today, despite the fact that you told me last night you were coming on a micro?
Well, Crail, we sold the car. Got told that we could keep it till the end of the year, but that car came up, and there we go. So,
you spent the first half of the year trying to convince me that the micro would never do the job. Now you've jumped into the 107. What's your assessment of the 107 now? Is it living up to your expectations?
It's on my side, Digby. It's a lot faster. Obviously you could see it and you feel it as well. I feel that it handles a wee bit better than the micro, but
So you were obviously getting to the point of never mind sniffing Alexander's exhaust pipe. You were getting past it a couple of times today, so that must give you encouragement for the rest of the season, does it?
Aye. Just shows what that car can do, especially it being the first event in it. Just more seat time, so we could try again.
So, and you as well, looking forward to Solway Coast?
Aye, Solway Coast was brilliant last year, so just need to hope we keep it on the black stuff and that'll be it.
Well, thanks, Dylan. A great performance today, and we're very pleased that you've retained your position round the table. So we'll see you at Solway Coast. So we pass over to Alex. Well, Alex, first again at Kams, you're becoming the complete master of Kams just about. Albeit this is the only place that you've actually not won the junior round, isn't it? So it must be a bit satisfying today to be in the position you're in, and having had the chase you've had with Dylan here.
Yeah, I think the thing about Kams is we're here a fair bit, so it don't need to be as much of a rally driver as such. It's more racing, and it's just picking up few tenths here and there, tweaking the setup of the car. And once you know it, you can really have a push here, and I think it shows how all the times are so close. And at Solway Coast next event there's going to be 8 mile stages instead of 0.8 mile stages, and I think the times will open back up there, and it should be a good event.
So did you find any difference in the nature of Kams today, or was it just...
No, I think I've been here in all conditions, so greasy in the morning when it was a bit wet, and but no, this afternoon it dried out as it always does, and really grippy tar, and just a bit hard on tyres. It's one set gone through today, but we'll be sorted for the next one.
So what was you going through your head after, because you're the kind of first stage king, you know, knocked him out on the first stage, and you came back and here was young Dylan hanging on to you?
Well, I'm running the car now, and before, when I wasn't running the car, it didn't really matter. It was Dad's money going in, and sponsors being funding the repairs to the car, and so I just used to drive everything as flat as I could. And now that I'm kind of looking after the car myself, I do think about the car more and try and look after it, preserve tyres, and try and save myself some work in the workshop when I get back home.
Pretty much. A very valuable lesson in rallying, I think, and you know, one that the earlier you have it, the better. So you'll appreciate it in later years. And your projection for Solway Coast, you're going to have a tough run. We're going to have Irish, English to compete against.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting with the new regulations. How we differ to them now. It'll show what the difference between the cars. I think there's a few quick lads in the English who I've beat already, and with the new regulations we'll just see how it goes. But no, I'm definitely going for a win. You don't bother turning up to go second.
And the other feature this weekend is we've had the MSA Academy, Adam Gould up. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, fortunately for me, Adam's also my mentor down in the MSA Academy, so I know him already, and it's really good for him to come up to the event and share his knowledge and from the sport with everyone else in the juniors. And I think it's a really important thing that we keep having these sessions that we did in the classroom, because it certainly brings everyone on. I think you could see that by the majority of everyone's performances today.
So if we could just hand back to Dylan a bit, because Dylan, you attended the session last night, the classroom session, and the walk around the track in the glorious sunshine. So what's your thought on the MSA Academy input and support for us?
It was a great help. Obviously I was speaking to Adam today nearly every stage, and he was giving me wee pointers here and there, and I went out and I listened to him, and I was maybe making up a couple of seconds here and there, or I would push a wee bit too hard and then I would lose them again, but it helped a lot.
Thanks. I'll just pass it back to Michael. You know, you didn't attend last night, Michael, but you've been working with Adam today. So how did you find the whole?
Yeah, well, definitely his advice really did help. You know, those things that I wouldn't think about myself. You know, all his tips really did help, and I did listen. And going out on the stages after speaking to him, just small things like, putting the tyre pressures up since it's dried, and putting the dampers a wee bit stiffer, and I did notice a big difference, and it did really help. And it would be good that in future events there's always someone like Adam there, because it really did benefit me today.
Okay, well, thank you very much, gentlemen, very much appreciated. You've given us a great day's sport, and we now prepare and get our nerves back in order for Solway Coast. Thank you very much.